All right, g'day, hi, and welcome. I know this is not the great camera, and it's not the great lighting, but here's my otter pelt, and of course the light's going to be kind of not so great. It just is what it is. My GoPro is filled, so it's going to be a little color void, and it's going to be a little bit whatever. As I do this, it's probably going to be a fairly long video too. I think I got them on there, so I don't know how dark it actually is, but oh well, it's kind of where I need it to be anyway. Okay, so I am going to go get the needle of shame. Alright, hang on. So I have 3 holes to sew up. Yeah, and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. It seems like in the past couple of months my eyes are not as good, and it was a real pain to get this. Here's the needle of shame. Have a good look. I got black thread on it. There's my needle of shame. So the needle of shame was hard enough to thread, but anyway, I'm going to sew them up, and then I'm going to get them on the board, get them stretched, and then I'm done with this otter. If they were really tiny nicks, I wouldn't worry about it, but because they're not so tiny, I gotta get them sewn up. Well, the one's really bad, but I got 2 in the worst possible spot to nick them. So I'm just gonna sew them and get that done, and I'm obviously probably gonna have to turn them inside out to do it. Then I'm gonna get them on my board. I made 2 outlines of 2 new otter boards, just to kind of get ahead of the game. So, and I'll cut those tomorrow. And I was going to draw out my beaver, what do you call it, sizer board, I guess you'd say. Alrighty. Oh, it's right there. You're right there. I wonder if it's going to be easier to work on them this way or work on them that way. Oh wow, that's a nasty hole. Okay. Well, he's completely thawed. That's a good thing. All right. Shame. So much shame. I think what I might do is put him on an otter board and work on him that way. This is going to be awkward no matter which way I do it. So, put that down there. Okay, so I want to keep them as dry as possible. So I got that one and that one to do, and then one up here to do. So he is completely thawed out right now. You can see how kind of gummy he is. All right, so trying to do this without getting it all over me. It's been a while since yeah, I'll put him inside. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. One of my homemade otter boards here. Okay, so how do I do this so I'm not getting all gunky? I don't have to have the whole of them here. This is why you need like 4 sets of hands. Now, a lot of people might not think this is an important step, but it actually quite is, because when it dries, that hole is going to get really big. So if you kind of sew it up pretty good, it won't get bigger before it dries, and you'll have a better odds with it. So, okay, I'm not going to use this strap anymore. I'm going to use the other otter trucking board. So what I'll do is push him on. So there we go. Now I can see the really bad spots. I'll put it down like about here. I'll grab my needle. This is going to be awkward. I think no matter which way I do this is going to be awkward. Get him. Oops. He's also got a little bit of a hole there too. That wasn't for me, that I do know. There's one hole. There's the bad one right here. Oh, see how much worse it got overnight? That big spot right there. Hopefully didn't make it completely useless. Whatever. I'm sure this is going to be fun. Pretty greasy. Pretty greasy. And then I got one under his chin right here. That's where the third hole is. We start our needle of shame. Try to get all the hair on the other back on the side where it belongs. And then we're just gonna, and of course it's gonna fight you pretty hard. Only one. And geez, you would think it'd be that hard to get them in there. Okay, get the needle. And again, still gotta go easy with them. So it's not going to be as fun and easy as I thought it was going to be. This is why we call it the needle of shame. Alright, so now I'm just going to do my first tie. The idea is quite simple, is to, probably could use this thicker thread. I cannot see what I'm doing here. Okay. A little bit closer. Smells great. So the goal here is just to get them all tied up. Hopefully this won't take me too long. I'm using a black thread and it's dark as sin down here, so it's hard to kind of see where I am. Are you kidding me? What's that? Just drop it through. And hey, hopefully that'll hold. Okay, the second one. Oh my god, that's pretty tough to get through. Oh, and I don't have a thimble either. How is that so hard to get through? I don't know. I need a thimble. This is my new thimble. So I'm driving it into my fingers. This is why we took home ec when we were kids. Are you kidding me? Come on, get through there. Oh my god. That ever hard to get through them. See how hard he is to get through? But yet you can cut it that you cut it that easy. So remember when I said while I was doing this that my knife wasn't dull? I wasn't kidding. There we go. Now get him back to the other side. Come on. Now only about 20 more stitches to go. I don't want to pull on the pelt too much either, because again, the tickle chest singe the hairs. There we go. My god, this is gonna fight me all the time. Well, it serves me right for putting a hole in them. A thimble would be nice right now. He's greasy. This is just, now the needle's all grease, so yeah, come on. Yeah. why a lot of people just say screw it. But I mean, you go through 6 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours of labor on something, you might as well spend a little bit more and get it done. A finer needle would be nicer, but I can't see the good. I tried to, I just could not thread a finer needle. Okay. Don't ever do this again. I'll go to the third. That's not enough. Just to get it in there and then. Gotta go like through one side and then force it through the other. This might be a bit of a long video, but yeah. This is gonna, you know, this is where you lose your you know, hourly income, so to speak, is doing stupid stuff like this. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'll go on the other side. Is it one side and the other side? That could be the nice repair job in the world, but what do you do, right? Try not to rip my gloves if I can, help it. Very greasy and oily and hard to work with right now. Of course, I stabbed myself here. Oh, goodness. This is the hardest sewing job I've ever done in my life. How are you so difficult? The beavers aren't this bad. Like, are you kidding me? Like that's bizarre. This otter was awfully tough, though, I gotta say. Okay, almost through. There. So close. Get that fur back in there. And then I think this one's the final stitch. You say your needle's dull. No, the needle's not dull. It's just, it's pretty thick right here. Weird kind of the way it went here. So this is, my friends, is the needle of shame. And of course all that grease and everything. You're gonna have a grease spot right there, right where I've done it. Okay, and then on the final side, stuff that back on the other side. One last time. And then we never ever speak of this again. Except for the 2 more times I gotta do it. Okay. Again, the beavers are usually not this hard to do. Alright, the final one, hopefully. With, again, a thimble would be nice. Note to self, buy a thimble. I thought I had a thimble somewhere in the house here. Think I could find one? Yeah, not in the sewing baskets, nowhere. There we go. And we'll call him sewed up. That's one. Oh, so the needle of shame, 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 shame. See what I did there for dramatic effect? All right, so that's kind of, normally it's not this hard. There we go. That's about as good as I'm going to get them. So I'll tighten that up a bit. Try to maybe stuff some of that pelt on the other side if I can. That's just so when he dries, he's not as bad. Now, the good news is I mightn't be as bad as I thought. That one's going to be bad. That one's really bad. That one should be thinner. But this is right down, right at his butt, so to speak. So that's where the cartilage is. All right, so there's the needle of shame. And we don't speak of this again, please. Yeah, so I'm going to put him aside, and I'm going to redo the needle. Gross. Then I'm going to get him on the board. And, yeah, so there's the rag. The rag of goop. I name everything. Oh, there's... Okay. This is like the rag of goop. I'm going to reuse these. These gloves aren't too bad. There's no holes in them this time. I didn't rip them, so he's pretty greasy right now. So, but that's okay because I'm going to have them all done there in probably less than half an hour. But it took me 15 minutes to do one hole. The other two shouldn't be as bad. But I'm just like, don't tell anybody. They'll laugh at me. Needle of shame. Shame. Oh, the shame of it. He put 3 holes in it. But that's, again, if you guys watched why that happened, you'll understand why I'm, making these videos so you don't make those mistakes. What happened, just to recap really quickly, is basically I fleshed him when he was a little bit frozen, and the knife just dug right in that spot and gashed it, and yeah. Anyway, there we go.